So now that you're familiar with SceneKit and you can create 3D objects and animate them, it's time to dive into the proper AR kit. So let's create a new Xcode project. It's going to be an augmented reality app, of course, and I'm going to call this plane detection. Make sure you have Swift and SceneKit. Click Next and Create. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to very quickly go to the view controller and clean up as usual. And we are going to keep this scene here. Right, so in order for ARKit to detect planes, we need to ask the configuration to do that. And this is very simple. You just have to type configuration dot plane detection. And in here you can then pass the horizontal, but there's also now vertical that you can add from ARKit 1.5 and iOS 11.3. So the problem we will have if your app is available from iOS 11, and you go back here, you will see that this is not available. So if I make a bit more space here and click here, you can see that Xcode is giving us some solutions to fix this problem. So we can say that if iOS 0.3 is available, and that's what we're going to use. So let's just check here. Okay, so if iOS 11.3 is available, then our configuration will have a vertical and horizontal. So we want both here. So dot horizontal, comma, and you put all of this inside of an array. Not an array, not the curly brackets, but the normal square brackets. Okay, so we have both, and obviously we're going to have only horizontal if we are in here. So earlier versions, that's actually iOS 11.0. And in here we are going to just pass our horizontal plane detection. Okay, so we are now set, and ARKit will now look for flat surfaces to add some anchors. So let's create a new function that's coming from this AR scene view delegate. And if you type renderer, you will see that you have quite a few functions that you can use. And the one we're interested in right now is did add SCN node for anchor. Okay, so if we select this, you can see that here we've got a node that's been created directly by ARKit for us every time it recognizes an AR anchor. So if you tap command and click, we can go and show the description here, which is a real world position and orientation. So that's pretty much what nodes are really. And we can visualize this node by adding a geometry to it. So I'm going to create a torus. So this torus is going to be 2 centimeter in radius, which is a thickness, a diameter of 4 centimeters. And the ring radius is going to be 15, so that's pretty much, let's just say, the size of a pizza, basically. Then this torus is going to be blue, so if you remember now how to do this, you should be familiar with that. So first, material dot diffuse dot contents dot blue. And here we can also do with alpha component and 0.9. So that's going to be 10% transparent now. Excellent. So we have our torus. It's got some color. So now we can add this geometry to our node. So node the geometry equals torus. As simple as this. Now, we don't have any lights right now. And that will be a problem because obviously we can't really see the 3D objects as we've seen in the very first section that we've done together. So what we can do, here we've got this SCN scene with a ship. Let's just go in there. We can remove the ship and add lights as we've done before. So a directional light. We angle down a little bit like this, and then an ambient light, and we're going to change the color to about a third black, something like this. Okay, so let's now run this on my phone, and if you start moving, you will see that now we have this torus that's been added right on top of this flat surface. Now let's check. I don't know why this is going so blurry in the background, but hey, some nice bokeh effect for you there. If I look up, I can see that ARKit has recognized this flat plane. So if we look, we can see that this torus is really attached to this vertical plane on top of it. And if I go and look at the floor, we can see that now we have this torus added on the floor. You can see the difference in size, and you'll understand straight away that this one is further than that one. Okay, so this works. Let's now see how we can improve this.